Hello, my name's Andrew Flint, and some of you may know me from my Breckland's Dawn Chorus wildlife recording, or from acting work or music work that I've done over the years. You can see a lot of that stuff on YouTube if you put Andrew Flintum into the search engine on YouTube and things like that. But I have another interest, and that interest is in health and nutrition. And a few years ago I discovered something that alarmed me, and that discovery was that commercially available fruit and vegetables actually have very little nutritional and health values, apart from, say, a little bit of roughage and things like that. So I set to work on finding out about this and found out that a lot of our tomatoes and commercially available fruit and vegetables are actually grown on crystals and reconstituted paper and things like that. What I found alarming is that the produce is actually grown for continuity of size, for the colour and things like this, and it's not grown for nutritional value. So it really throws the 5 a day thing out of the window. But what I did discover is an old secret, a secret which has been used for centuries, I believe, and it's actually using seaweed dug into your soil, which is full of all sorts of vitamins, minerals, really good stuff, that if the plant takes it up, it makes your vegetables taste, or fruit and vegetables taste fantastic. It makes everything so much more healthy. You can actually feel the health goodness in the fruit and veg that you grow in seaweed. And I use a combination of seaweed, wood ashes, compost and rotted horse manure to grow my things in. I've been doing this for about 4 years now, and people have commented that they haven't tasted fruit and veg like it, and some of the older people have said to me that this tastes like the fruit and veg that we used to get before the war. Now, if you're lucky enough to be able to buy organic fruit and vegetables, or stuff that's been grown by a smallholder, that's great stuff. But if you've got the chance to grow these things yourself, even in a very small garden, you will notice the incredible flavour, and you'll say that I've never had anything like it. I absolutely guarantee this. If you plant your stuff, you let the seaweed rot down in the soil. We'll be going out into the garden in a few minutes time to go and have a look, and I'll just do a quick demonstration for you to show how easy it is. Now, if you do go to the beaches to collect seaweed, if you're fortunate enough to live near enough one, do watch out for pollution and all sorts of rubbish that might have got tangled up in the seaweed. But you can just go along, tootly toot, and pick it up basically, and put it in bags, bring it home and dig it into your garden. Next year, your soil will be so full of goodness, and you will actually feel the health benefits from the produce that you've grown yourself. And like I say, you can grow it in a very small area. It doesn't have to be a big area, but as long as you've got access to a small amount of land, or any amount of land to grow stuff on, I thoroughly recommend that you try digging in seaweed and old wood ashes and things like that. Now, I know you can get seaweed packets and things like this from garden centres, but believe me, if you go and collect your own seaweed and you collect your own rotting horse manure and you've got access to compost and things like that, please do give it a try, because it is so easy. And even if you live on a council estate in the middle of nowhere, or in a city or whatever, and you try this, I guarantee that you'll be giving your family and yourself the most nutritional fruit and vegetables, and you just will not believe it. So give it a go, folks. This is Andrew Flintum, and thanks very much for listening. If you want more information about my background and things like that, you can go to andrewflintum.co.uk. That's FLINTHAM, and my website will have a lot more information about my background, things like that. Alternatively, you can put Andrew Flintum into YouTube, and you can see some of my television acting parts, interviews, etc. And I hope that you've enjoyed this video, because it really is a brilliant idea, and not a lot of people know that, folks. Hello, it's Andrew here again. I'm going to show you how easy it is to dig in seaweed and wood ashes into your garden. Believe me, this makes all the difference to the flavour and the nutritional value of your fruit and vegetables that you'll be growing in your little patch. I'm out here in my garden here, which isn't as beautiful as it ought to be due to my busy workload and things, but I do get out here several times a week, and I tend my vegetables and things like this that you'll see, and I'm usually assisted by a black and white fluffy cat called Reg. So let's just have a little look at what we've got here. Over in the corner there, I had a bonfire a few days ago, which I've got lots of ashes in. I've also got some seaweed here, which I'm just going to lay on the top, and then I'm just going to simply dig it in. And I guarantee that if you leave this a while and then plant your vegetables or your fruit or whatever, you're going to have incredible flavours. Okay, well, what we've got here is some ashes and stuff, which I'm just going to dig into the soil like that. Very, very easy. You can dig it in quite deeply as well, which, you know, the deeper you can dig it in, the better. So you just go all over the garden, just digging it in like that, and you just go right along your vegetable plots and you dig it in all over. Seaweed's good for everything. This is a bag of seaweed that I collected from the beach, and you just literally put it on top. Make sure that after you've handled this stuff you wash your hands, because it has been in a bag and it might have a few sort of nasty things, but wash your hands thoroughly. But then what we do is we just fork it into the soil, just turn the soil over and just fork it in. It's quite simple. Turn it over. So there we are then. We've just seen how to plant seaweed and wood, or put seaweed and wood ashes into the soil, and you'll have the most fantastically flavoured and highly nutritional vegetables that you could possibly imagine. Believe me, this one works. And if you've enjoyed watching my little video here about this, I've got loads of other little tips that you're not likely to pick up probably anywhere else. I've got some tips on keeping slugs off your cabbages and brassicas, etc. And I've also got one I want to do. I've got a thing about growing mistletoe, reintroducing mistletoe into the British countryside, which I will show you in a later video. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope you've got something out of that, and happy digging and stuff.